Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. Here on this channel, our mission is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, just to help you get to the next level. Now, I had a conversation with somebody and I shared with them, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Now, I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm not using this as a crutch for some people to use this as an excuse. But sometimes the reason you can't flourish or get to that next level or bust it wide open and become great, I'm talking about bust the door wide open to greatness, bust the door wide open to a great opportunity. The reason for that is because you're not connected to somebody, or there's nobody in your life to push you to greatness. Now, I'm not using this as an excuse, but my mind was changed on last week, right? So I'm thinking that everybody, now I do want, it's a point in case situation, right? This is not applied to everybody. This is a point in case situation. Certain people this applies to. So I was talking to somebody last week, and before I talked to this guy last week, I was thinking that it's because of your lack of willingness to do something, right? It's your lack of drive, it's your lack of ambition. Now watch this. You can have all of that and still not thrive because you don't have somebody in your corner to push you to the next level. Watch this. A lot of people would say, that's not true. I can get to the next level. I have gotten to the next level and nobody has pushed me. Nobody has motivated me. Now, before you judge and before you say, listen, you're crazy, that's wrong, hear me out. So I was talking to this young man, and the whole conversation, he was like, I couldn't do this because of this. And I wanted to go for boxing, but he's telling me I need to work on my jab. I'm like, no, I got my jab in order and I need to work on my ducking. I said, okay. I asked him, did he play football? Yeah, I played football, but the coach told me that if I wanted to play, I had to play defensive line. I didn't want to play defensive line. I told him I want to play running back. And if I can't play running back and defensive line, I'm not playing. So he didn't play all 4 years of high school, right? So as he began to talk, I'm like, listen, in my mind, I didn't tell him this because I wanted him to talk. In my mind, I was like, this guy's crazy, right? It's your fault why you're not succeeding. It's your fault why you're not doing this. But then I thought about it and I began to ask good questions. That's what I want to share with all of the psychiatrists or the people that are motivators, right? If you're a motivator, stop just prejudging people. Ask them the right qualifying questions. So I began to ask this guy the qualifying questions on why does he think the way he thinks without being directly blunt and saying, why do you think the way you think? You can call it if you wanted to. I beat around the bush, right? Because I understand if I went directly, he would not have given me the answer that I was looking for. He would have given me the answer just to shut me up. But I wouldn't find out the answer that I needed to make this video. So I asked him a few questions, and then we got down to his personal life. Mom was in it, is in and out of his life. Mom wasn't there. Mom, you know, not saying that she was a bad mother. He said that she's not a bad mother, but some decisions that she chose to make just wasn't beneficial. So he had to leave and live with a relative. So he went back to his mom, and then things went south again, not because he was disrespectful, but because of the things that his mom was doing. She was on drugs, she was in the streets. So different decisions that she chose to make kind of played a role in the things that he was able to do and wasn't able to do, right? So things went sour, then he went back to his relative's house. Dad is kind of in and out of his life. He said his dad was locked up all the way up till he was 12 years old. Then that's when the light bulb went off. I began to reanalyze the whole mindset that I had about this guy, right? So I'm asking different questions. Then I figured it out. The reason he has the mindset that I'm right and everybody else is wrong is because he had to figure things out for himself. He had to figure things out on his own. Mom wasn't there. Mom wasn't really reliable. Dad wasn't really reliable. Dad wasn't there. There was no grandmother, no grandfather present. So there was no positive figure. Watch this. There was no positive figure in his life. Now, you're asking the qualifying question, okay, great. Nobody was in his life. Nobody was in my life, but I still accomplished some great things. But maybe, just maybe, you had somebody positive. And let's look at it like this. Maybe you didn't have nobody positive. Maybe you just have that strong drive where you can just keep on pushing. But this guy, he's still pushing. He's not giving up. He's not lazy. He's just making bad decisions, and he's driving away the good people, the right people that needs to be in his life because of his mindset. Because everybody's not going to sit down and say, why do you think the way you think? Some people are just going to write you off and I hate when people say this, oh, I know. You're trying to, I know. I already. So if you already know, why am I here, right? So with him, it was a totally different story. I began to listen to his story. I began to listen to what he had going on and where he came from. And then I ultimately understood what shaped his mindset. It's because he had to figure everything out for himself. He had nobody to depend on, nobody to lean on, nobody to get advice from. So why am I making this video? I'm making this video just to let you know that some people, by case issue now, it's not everybody, but some people had it rough in life. And I get it. You're saying, I had it rough too. Okay, I understand. Maybe you're one of the few that was able to emerge out of what you were going through. But he wasn't able to emerge out of what he was going through. He's doing the best that he can from what he knows. But what's limiting him is because he had to figure everything out. But then that's not an excuse. You have to get to the place of in your mind, to say, listen, what I'm doing is not working. I need to connect with somebody that's going to help me be greater. Think about it.